Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ETS2. We are in part 3 of our longest journey ever, the 6,000 kilometer journey which started over in Cyprus. We are currently now in Serbia, I believe, and making our way towards Croatia. Let's have a look at the country perspective over here. Yeah, Serbia, crossing over to Croatia soon, and it's going to be still a very, very long trip. More than 4,000 kilometers to go. But we are moving. We are moving. We started off in Cyprus, so it's quite been long actually. Thanks to that ferry ride there. But also thanks to our driving. Anyway, we will continue now and proceed with the Q&A as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the previous episode. Thanks for watching. And off we go. Continue. Fuel economy is not the best, 40.4. I was expecting it to be higher actually. We'll see. Maybe that's because of all the constant stopping that we're doing. Anyway, as we go through more of these highways, I'm hoping that we get a better score. But we'll just keep at it and enjoy the journey. Anyway, off we go. Recording this right after the previous one, so I haven't read any of your comments yet. But yeah, Q&A time. Question from Jay. Have you ever tried a no gadgets day challenge? Oh goodness. Clumsy dies even thinking about it, he says. If not, would you give it a try on purpose? Yes, I'm a strong believer that taking time off from our gadgets is a very healthy thing. And I know I talked about this a lot of times before, but I would like to reiterate it. It's quite disturbing to see the growing dependence, our growing dependence to gadgets. Not only other people, but me, myself included. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching this could relate to that as well. We cannot live without our phones, not without Wi-Fi or mobile data or internet whatsoever. I remember there was time when I was streaming and the internet got cut off for a couple of minutes, for a couple of hours actually, and it was like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? Like, I could not imagine what I could do. I was so dependent on the internet that when it got taken away from me, I was just like a sitting duck. And it did not feel good, you know, when you're dependent on such a thing that much. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like it. I like having alternatives. I like having fallback plans. I like being I don't like being dependent on anything. It's not too much. I would not like that feeling of like not being able to live without something. And at the moment, having internet, having Wi-Fi, having gadgets is coming very close to that for me. So yeah, I would really like to wind down on it. Actually, I'm doing that bit by bit. Of course, I still have like, just touching the border just a bit there. Let's step up back a bit before we get penalized by the customs here, by the border patrol. But yeah, I'm very guilty of that, and I want to do something about it. Some people might be okay with that, but me personally, I'd like to rely less on my gadgets if possible. Even though I'm a very techie guy and yeah, gadgets are amazing, but I don't want to fully rely on them and like get crazy when it gets taken from me by accident or some sort. What's up with that pothole? Weird. Alright. Let's go and do the other check. I think we're crossing over to Croatia now. I'm seeing the sign there. Croatia. Good. There we go. So So yes, I would like that. Actually, I try to wind down on it bit by bit. Try to be more intentional. What I really liked was this concept. When we went to a service once and there was this speaker who had some very good points about this. And he referred to it as like your gadget, your mobile phone or your tablet or whatever has to be treated like a tool, like a hammer. Like you don't just pull out your hammer and start banging on stuff, right? Mindlessly. You only take your hammer out if you need to fix something, if it's needed for something. So you're intentional about it. Like you just don't just take your screwdriver out and unscrew some random screws. You only use it when you have something to use it for. And we should have the same concept, same mindset when it comes to our phones. Like don't just pull it out and just start refreshing your feed and looking at things mindlessly. Be mindful about it, be intentional about it. If you need to look up something like what is the definition of this one, or how do I chop a tomato, I don't know. Like if you need to Google something, then do that. But after you're done with it, then put down your phone. If you want to catch up with a friend, then go to their page, message them, or go check out their feed, that's fine, but be intentional about it. Don't just do random stuff because you don't have anything else to do. And that, I'm very guilty of that, but I'm trying to make it more along the mindful, more intentional part. So I think it's very healthy to think a bit about it that way. And in that way, we don't become too dependent on it. We don't resort to it. Like the moment we're not doing anything, we pull out our phones and refresh. You know, that's my normal behavior now. Like when I'm outside, when I'm waiting for a train, waiting for a bus, inside the train, I do that like 99% of the time. And oftentimes I don't get to enjoy the scenery anymore, and I especially don't talk with anyone, you know. But yeah, it's a very unhealthy thing if you prolong it. So I'd like to tone down on it a bit. And having a no gadgets day, that would be very cool. Although I'm not sure if I can do that on a normal day. Maybe if I'm on vacation, I would be more willing to do it. I would have a day where I just go out and enjoy, bask in the sun or however. I do remember though, me and Mrs. Clumsy have these date nights. And oftentimes when we're on a date night, there's this like unwritten rule where we don't touch our phones. You know how nowadays, like when you have a date, like you are whenever there's like an awkward pause or something like a slack in the conversation, like I mentioned, whenever there's a pause, an empty space, you fill it up with your phone, with phone time. That's the normal behavior nowadays. So now we consciously avoid that, and we try our best to stay away from our gadgets while we're having the date night. So no checking Discord, no checking YouTube, no checking Facebook and whatnot. Just spending time with each other, conversing. We see each other every day, but still we have so many stories we can tell, and we can talk about so many things. And it's the continuous effort to nurture the relationship and to spend time with each other. You know, it's a form of respect that we give each other our full and undivided attention. And I think that's a very good way of doing it. Like not necessarily having no gadgets the whole day, but for important events, making sure, as I mentioned, being mindful about it. Like if you need your gadget, then do it. Like if I want to show Mrs. Clumsy, okay, I want to show you something on the phone. I saw something like a feed or a cool video. Then that's something. And then after that's done, we close the phone. So we still use gadgets, but we use it in a very mindful way. I think it's not just not using gadgets per se, but it's using them more in a more intentional manner. I think that's the key. Don't have to remove them altogether from our lives. Just have to make sure that they are serving a purpose and not us serving them. So I think we can apply that not only during dates, but even like simple meals. That's why some families have rules, house rules, where no phones allowed on the table, right? And I know some of you guys have that, and it makes a lot of sense. And if you're hating your parents because they have that rule, please don't, because it makes a whole lot of sense. And as you grow up, you'll realize that more. Even if right now you might be super mad at them because you might be enjoying this game so much. I don't know what's the famous game in mobile nowadays. I know you guys tell me. But you're so engrossed, you might be playing with your friends, but it's dinner time and you have to go down and eat with your family, and no phones are allowed, and you might have to leave the game immediately. And it can be quite frustrating. Yeah, I can imagine. I was a gamer once. I still am. Not in mobile so much anymore, but I can imagine still that frustrating feeling. But please don't hate your family for it, because when you grow up, those are the things that you will remember. Those are the things that you will be craving for the most. The times you spend having meals with your family, just laughing, enjoying the food, and having discussions without the distractions. Not just looking down on your phones and chewing at the same time and not spending a word, or not even talking to other people. So it's appreciate those things. Appreciate those moments when you have downtime. So take it from me. Yeah. So babbled on a bit there, but I think it's very relatable. I'm sure a lot of us, most of us, might have something to say about that topic. So let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know if you're guilty of that. Let me know if you are away from that, or like if you're not, you can't relate. Let me know if you disagree. But yeah, those are my views, and I really think that we could do a lot better if we are more mindful when we whip our phones out, so to speak. It will also help us with nourishing relationships and stuff like that. Alright, but yeah, thanks for the question, Jay. Gave me a lot of time to expound on that topic. Next question. Have you ever visited a farm in real life? And if so, how was your experience? Also, have you ever tried... Okay, let's take it one step at a time. Have I ever visited a farm in real life? Let me think about it. I think I have. It's just my goldfish memory is not working with me at the moment. I'm trying to think of an exact time when I did. I'm sure I did. Back in the Philippines, we have a lot of farms there. But let's just say I have not been exposed enough. So I know almost nothing about how farming works. This is why when I started trying out farm sim, I was completely clueless. Like, I didn't know like what does cultivate mean, what does sow mean. Well, sow maybe I knew. Like I didn't know these things because I was not very much exposed to a farm life. Maybe the most in terms of farm would be the exposure to farm animals, chickens and cows. Yeah, even that not so much. Maybe the most I've been exposed to animals is in zoo, but that's not very realistic animal environment, right? So not so much. And back in the province though, back where my dad used to live, lots of animals there. You have neighbors who have like chickens in their backyard, so it's kind of like a semi-farm. And all the other farm animals. But no, I don't think I've been exposed that much to farms, the truth. That explains my ignorance, especially when it comes to like farming equipment. I know next to nothing about those because I don't think they are a thing in Manila, in the Philippines even rather. I think in the Philippines, farm equipment is very basic. It's very rudimentary. We don't have these fancy tractors and whatnot. Or at least that's what I think, but I don't know. Maybe it is stepping up now and just not familiar with them. But I hear a lot of stories. We have a lot of initiatives in the Philippines where we try to support our farmers. And our farmers seem to be very poor people, which is very sad because they provide the things that we eat on a daily basis. So they deserve more, they deserve to live more prosperous lives. But at the moment, I think they're very poor. And I think like it's a very different thing in Europe and in the US. Your farmers, I think, are rich folks. I don't know, it seems to me that way. You have all this equipment. Farmers are business owners at the very least. The farmers, I think some of our farmers in the Philippines don't even own their land. Don't own anything in what they're working on. So they're basically like workers. So, but I'm not sure either. So yeah, feel free to correct me on that one. Wow, look at these clouds, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's use that as cruise control. Yeah, let's keep that. But yeah, it's quite an interesting question. And then he has a follow-up. Have you ever tried doing some farming or growing plants before? Organic farming, food for home consumption. I did. I tried it when I was a kid. Tried planting something. I don't think it ever grew. Might have put too much water in there. So I have no experience really growing something from like seeds and it growing. I think it bloomed a little or it grew up a little, but it kind of died because I didn't take care of it enough. That was way back when I was a kid. But I do want to start one, mainly for the kitchen, like an herb garden, like having like basil, Chinese parsley or cilantro, and the other common herbs, because I hear they're very easy to take care of, and that it's very practical to have your own herbs. I love herbs because they add so much to the flavor of the meal. And even if I'm like a newbie cook, I know I can taste the difference when you have the herbs versus you don't, and especially if they're fresh versus if you use dried. And right now I have to like buy all those herbs from the supermarket, and when you buy them, they come in like a pack, and you cannot finish all those herbs in one sitting. So chances are some of them will rot away without you being able to use them, and such a waste. So I really much like the idea of having my own plants, my own herbs, growing them, so that I can just pick out a few leaves every now and then whenever I'm cooking, leave them to grow again. Yeah, I have like free access to herbs, and nothing goes to waste. You know, it's a renewable source of herbs, basically. I do want that, but we tried that before, but we were not prepared for cooking back then, so it was a waste. Nowadays, at least here in Singapore, we have these, you can buy them from different kinds of stores, like variety stores. I'm not sure what you call them. Like you have all these funky, how do you say, notebooks, toys, paraphernalia, and sometimes they sell seeds. Like it's all packed, and there's like a pot and everything, and all the herbs you want are there. So you just need to plant them, and there's clear instructions on when to water them, where to place them and stuff. So it's much easier. You don't have to go to you don't even have to go to like a full-on farm to buy some seeds. You just buy from a bookstore or something along those lines. I'm not sure if those herbs taste good though, but yeah, they're available. We tried buying once, but it did not turn out so good because we were not cooking back then. We had the good idea, but we did not have the good habit, and we did not push through with that concept. So you know how it ended up? Those seeds stayed inside the packaging for like, I don't know, 3 years. We never opened it. And I think after a while we just threw away the entire thing. We didn't even try planting it. I know, that's super sad. Now that I think about it, I'm really sad. I'm really wishing now, because nowadays I cook almost every day. Simple meals, but still, I would really appreciate to have an herb garden. But yeah, goodness. It would be such an amazing thing to have that, and I'm really regretting that we threw it away and that we didn't plant it at all. We didn't give it a chance. We didn't give ourselves a chance to go over and try. Crossing over now to, let me guess, Slovenia. This part of the EU, it looks like. Is it? Looks like, yeah. So there's checkpoint is not manned anymore. Yeah, Slovenia. We are here. I think it's time to find a rest area soon, so that we can explore Slovenia fully in the next episode. So hope you guys are enjoying the trip so far. Very nice highway driving. Let's have a look at our fuel economy. Let's see, I might have to do some silent trucking episodes of this trip because I can feel my voice running out already, speaking non-stop. But we'll see. I think I'm ending my recording for the day because I need to go anyway. But oh my goodness, this looks so good. Lovely bridge, lovely junction. Yeah, I think I'll let's find a rest area and stop there. I'll end the recording for now, for today. Continue again tomorrow, get my voice back, and yeah, we'll continue doing more. Stop over here in Maribor. This looks like a nice exit. That looks fair enough. Let's see where the exit is. Looks like we're actually leaving the highway here. But it looks like there's like a pass-through road there. Okay. Let's look for it. Over on the left side there's a hotel. There you go. Just look for the intersection then. Yeah, this one. Looks like a fancy hotel. Let's yeah, I see a McDonald's as well. I'll just grab a bite, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode. So I am getting hungry, virtually and in real life. Let's find a proper parking spot here. Okay, I think this will do. Oh, there we go, McDonald's. A Big Mac. Sounds good to me. Alright. Not the best parking? I'll take it. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for staying with me. Catch you guys in the next episode, right? Don't forget, hit the thumbs up, like button, comment, share with your friends. All that stuff. Clumsy trucking, everybody, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.